Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome back to Valley East USA. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. As you can see, we have $104,000, and that's because we did a little bit of a hay harvest in the middle of this, and the barley isn't quite ready yet, but we're going to go ahead and just check the nutrients. Ooh. That's a bit low now. We might actually have to drop some more nutrients on there, and the moisture level is kind of low as well. Not good. Not good at all. So over here it's nice and high. That was the one area where we put the slurry down. Go figure, eh? And as you can see, this guy's got a couple of hay bales still stuck in here. Price hasn't dropped too much. And here's the harvest. Here's the field we harvested already. Because the soil mod's installed here, as you can see, the grass isn't fully grown. So if I go into the information, and I just show you, so it's grown, but it's not like fully mature, which is what I would call that. Also, if we look at how much we made, if we go here, yesterday we made $124,000. So that's how much we made from the hay harvest. $124,000, which is pretty good if you ask me. So I'm pretty pleased about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into this guy right here. And close this, refill this guy. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and spread some slurry down this field over here. Do we have enough for this, actually? Let's just double check. How much is that sprayer? It's like $7,000. Good, we'll do that then. So we'll buy this. So the nice thing about this is the fact that we can use we can spray NPK or just PK or herbicide, whatever we need to spray, but we'll finish filling this up for the time being. And then what we can do actually is this is where having two big tractors would be nice. One moment. Alright, so we're just going to put this away for the time being. We'll come back and use it in a second. But what we will do is we will pick up that sprayer, because then we can spray anything we should need. Let's go ahead and purchase that. Yes, that's good. If you're wondering where that sprayer came from, that's from American Eagle Modding. That's where that one came from. And of course you need an account with American Eagle Modding in order to download it. So keep that in mind. And let's go ahead and pick that up, and we'll spray that field. So remember, with the soil mod, you have to adjust things like, you know, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. I guess they would technically be. So keep that in mind when you're playing on a map with soil mod. And a couple people were mentioning in the comments, they were like, I don't like soil mod, which is cool. It's not for everybody, which I totally understand. Why is it? I have a feeling my system's doing a backup. Let's just double check. Don't know what that was, but it was just being jittery right there. Maybe it was just the water. Who knows? All right, let's pick up the sprayer. I'll show you what it looks like. It's actually a pretty nice little sprayer. There we go. Perfect. So this is what it looks like. John Deere sprayer. I think it's a reskin of I think one from 2013, but it actually looks pretty nice. It's one of the nicer ones out there. I can't remember how well it works, but I seem to recall it working fairly well. But it's nice. It's a 40-meter sprayer, I should say. So it works very nicely with most things. Actually, what I can do is I can put the John Deere on here. I don't think we need a 400 horsepower tractor to pull this around. I don't think, at least. So what I'll do is I'll set this guy up, and we'll go from there, basically. So. Yeah, because we can have the John Deere on this, and then we can also have the Massey on the slurry spreader there. And what we'll do there in that context is we'll be able to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak, which will be good for us. So one of the things we're going to do soon is expand our farm. I keep saying that, but we haven't got around to it yet. That's just because keep having to get little tiny things of this or that, which makes it a little bit more interesting. So, oh, there's some weeds in there too. Not too many though, it looks like. Alright, let's pull this over to, where is it? I think it's over here, if memory serves. Let's check. No, that's just seeds. Where is the... Is there no... Oh, it's way over there. I drove right past it. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a spot to refill there. And there is. It's just not where I thought it was. Alright. Let's back this up here. There we go. And let's bring that John Deere around here then. He's out in the middle of nowhere. I'll just leave those hay bales. There's only 4 on there, or 2 on there actually, so not even 4. Which is fine by me. Alright, so we'll park this over here, and then we'll get this guy rolling on the sprayer, I believe. And then we got the one we can have Massey on that. There we go. And this guy should be full now. Indeed he is. Let's change this guy out, and then we'll put the John Deere on that. And what we'll do is get this guy rolling on field, whatever that was, field 8. And we'll do the spraying in that field there. That'll work out well for us. Fertilizer and spreading. This is good. And the first waypoint is over here somewhere. Actually, I'll do it this way. I guarantee if I just let it do its thing, it's gonna decide to make a mess of things. There, that should be okay now. Alright, let's change out to this right here. And then we'll be on our way. It's already filled up, ready to go. So we have NPK, which is what we're looking for. So remember, because we have the soil mod installed, you have to adjust the different types. So we want a little bit of both, and we want some moisture here. So we want to make sure we have a little bit of everything. So the nice thing about, you could actually do this with dry fertilizer as well, with the lime spreaders essentially. But the problem you run into is it doesn't put moisture into the ground. Alright, how are we going to do this? So this is a 40 meter. So let's just see where we end up here. I think we can go even further than that. Oh no, that's probably perfect. Yep, that's good. Alright, NPK, away. So remember, I have the drive control mod installed, and what that means is when I drive over the crops like this, I'm actually destroying them, like you would in real life. Basically, it's not a special mod; it's just part of the drive control mod. So you need to be careful how you drive over your crops, and when you drive over your crops. Like technically, I could have Courseplay do the same thing, and it would actually not destroy the crops, but this isn't going to take very long at all, so I'm just going to do it this way. 40 meters is pretty quick. Like, you'll be able to do your whole field in 2 passes with this size. There we go. Good. It's pretty conservative on the spray on this one too, which is nice. Not every sprayer is like this. Some sprayers are much more. Is that going to be? Ooh, careful. We need just a little bit more here. There we go. That's probably fine. What I'm trying to do is make sure it overlaps, which is actually harder than it seems when you're not using like a GPS or something. Or if you're a bad driver, which could be the case for me sometimes too. So, but it's one of the nice things about it. So what will happen here is this will actually fertilize it and give it a little bit of moisture as well, because they're all factors involved in the soil mod. Because if you don't have proper moisture, there's not enough moisture for the plant and whatnot. So it's good to have the combination of it. So, and it would also increase our nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Usually, I think a lot of times in real life they tend to do this in like a single in multiple steps. They won't do it in like a single step like this. They tend to put like nitrogen as one or phosphorus as one. Ooh, now this is going to be a problem. Let's just go to the other side and start from the other side, I think. That'll probably be our best bet. So I'm going to fold this up real quick. I gotta wait for it. Nice thing to see though. See how the dual wheels actually should have little tracks behind them? That's nice. Not every mod has that capability. There we go. And we'll start from the other side because we have this weird little section here now. And by starting from the other side, hopefully we'll be able to cover more ground without having to run over a lot of crop. Hopefully being the keyword, of course. Alright. Let's unfold this again. And see if we can't get this guy lined up properly. We need a bit more. There we go, that's probably good. Just want a little bit of overlap just to make sure that we actually cover the whole field. Because of course often what happens is, like in real life, what happens is if you have this much overlap, like you're wasting money, like considerably, and that's the reason why we have GPS in real life, right? Because you don't want to, you know, waste so much money that, how would you even be able to tell that in real life? Like, really? You don't want to waste that much money because you're just putting a lot of money out the door, basically. There we go. What we'll do is we'll just slowly do this. Give our bushes a little bit of fertilizer. And apparently our road there, but that's fine. It's okay. It's okay to have a little bit of extra on the ends like that. And the reason why is because when you put a little bit of extra on the ends, the way can I do it? Alt I. So see, that's how that works in that context for soil mod. You have the little box around it, and basically what it does is it analyzes that section and shows you, you know, what's the yield in that area and all that jazz. So the way it works is if you spray, so let's say I'm on the end here harvesting, so it's actually calculating that end part into your yield theoretically. I don't know how much, but it is a little bit. And then you can alternate between, you know, nitrogen, potassium, all that other stuff. Alright. Last pass, and then that'll be good for that. And we're gonna have to, that Massey Ferguson's going in for another load of slurry, which is fine. And this will be this. There we go, perfect. And we'll have to do the same sort of idea at the end here in order to get this whole field. It's not too bad, probably not the most ideal way of doing this, but I am definitely not an expert. If my father-in-law were here, he'd probably say, "Oh, that's a tree." He definitely would say that. Oh, that's just making a mess of it. But what we can do is we can just drive straight out the end here, and then fold up the sprayer at the end. That's the way we can do it. But this has actually been pretty conservative. Like, I should be able to do quite a large field with this sprayer, considering how conservative it has been. Good, nice. This guy's ready to be refilled. There we go. The reason why it's not doing it automatically is because this is, I don't think this this is set up for a Courseplay trigger. I don't think. So I just set up as a manually wait point. But it doesn't say when it's waiting, which always throws me off. You can set it so it waits a certain amount of time, but I don't know. Okay, good. So we can back this up just a wee bit and then drive off. Nice. So now that's been fully fertilized, which is good for us because now we should see a difference here in our yield. One can only hope, at least. So what we'll do is we'll let that slurry spread on that side of the field, and then we will hit up this field up here. Alright, there's no... we're just going to sneak through here then. If this were my farm, I would have a little entrance there. But actually, you have to get the permission from the municipality and all that jazz to do that kind of stuff. Oh, there's no entrance here. I hate it. I don't know why there's no entrance from this side right here to that farm. You have to go all the way around. Don't understand it. C'est la vie. Alright, let's go ahead and get this going here. And go from there. So what we can do is if I... Oh, it's more like 40 meters. Let's see if we can see how this would work. We need to go... Oh, a little fuel station there. How about that? I always forget that's there. And we should check on our... we don't have dairy cups. We should check on our... we actually need to go through there, though. Can we get around without going through? I don't think so. This is the only way we can get to the other side there. I don't know why, but it's the way it is. Alright, looking for pasture outline. There we go. And looking for one headland after the fact, starting corner northwest, heading east, and set this guy up like this. And then we don't have to do this ourselves, and it'll definitely be a lot more accurate than we are. There we go, perfect. First waypoint, it's right there, I can see it. Just make sure he gets off on his way properly. Oh, that's pretty bad. Slight acidity. So one of the weird things about this, excuse me, one of the weird things about this is that if you don't, if you look at the acidity and all that jazz, I don't know how that's supposed to work in this context with grass. I guess you're supposed to plow it up and then replant. In reality, that's what you would do in real life, but after a few years. Well, depending on what type of... I don't own this field? Really? Really? Okay, apparently we don't own that field. Alright. Alright, that's not what I expected to see on that one. That's fine, we'll set it up for a different field then. That's really strange though. It must be part of that field just to the north there. What happens sometimes is... northwest heading south. What happens sometimes is the fields, the way they're set up, they will... Like, the ownership of the field will be kind of set up a bit different. Like, it's as if, like, even though there's no field associated with it, it's considered owned or not owned if you have a certain spot or not, so... Alright, so we'll get this guy started here then. Let's see if it says we own this field. That would be kind of curious. So it said, you don't own this field either. What? So see, soil moisture is low, nutrients low. Okay, good. So this will bring up a little bit of everything. Or low moisture. Hopefully. I'm actually not certain whether it actually affects the yield or not. That's what I'm kind of curious about. It should, theoretically, but I think with grass, I don't think it does as much. For like wheat and barley and all that jazz, it definitely does. But this I'm not certain of. He's just doing the last little pass there, which is good. This I think this is supposed to increase the moisture as well with the slurry, but I forget how much it's supposed to do it by. Alright, so here's our rake. Do we still need the rake? Not really. I don't think we even have the tedder anymore, do we? No. Let's go ahead and sell the rake then. And we'll take the 4440 for a little drive here. Over to the shop. There we go. It's not a bad tractor. Not the best one. I've seen some better older ones, but this one's okay. Unfortunately, there aren't like a lot of really nice old ones. I think the oldest one that's nice is like the John Deere Model A, I want to say it is. I think that's the right one. Mass Ferguson finished work. This is good. I think that's the oldest one that I know of off the top of my head. So, and that's probably one of the better ones. Still though, in terms of like detail, I don't know how detailed it is in comparison to other ones. Like this one's pretty solid. One sec, coffee break. Yeah, this one's pretty solid though. For an older one, like you definitely tell it's a convert just based on the way it looks on the inside. But it's nice to see some of the older John Deeres. They're these ones, like these old tractors like this in the 4000 series, like 4020, 4000 series, 4440. They're actually worth quite a bit still. You can buy one still, and they're like, you know, between $10,000 and $25,000 sometimes, depending on the conditions and all that jazz. But yeah, they still sell fairly well. And the nice thing about the older tractors, of course, is that you can actually fix them, as opposed to the newer tractors, which you cannot, which is very unfortunate. A lot of times you can't, because you don't have the rights based on I didn't realize that backing up. You don't have the rights for it, which is kind of sad. Let's keep that running, and we'll sell this because we don't need this anymore. Nope, that's good for us. And we'll hop into this guy. Oh, he's gonna finish this whole field. Nice. And you're done. Perfect. Let's get off the field here. I'm gonna be able to make this. Barely. Perfect. So I did put in a couple of John Deere mods that we're going to upgrade the 8400 to, I think. We'll put it over here by the fertilizer. Maybe we won't forget the fertilizers there this time. Alright. And there's a wall there. Don't hit the wall. There you go. Nice. And you know what we're going to do? Finally. You know how long these OEB weights have been sitting here? Like the whole season. So we're going to go ahead and just move them. And we'll just put them back here. Yeah, these have been sitting here, I think, ever since we started this series. And I just haven't moved them yet. Couple people, I forget who mentioned it, but someone mentioned a while back that they're like, Ian, you should move those weights. And I was like, yes I should. And I just get distracted, I guess. Alright, let's get this one here. David Oldfield did a great job in the OEB team. All of them did a good job here. Apparently they're working on a seasons mod, which is pretty neat. Or so they say at least, so I'd be curious to see that. There we go. Finally moved those. Finally. Excellent. This is very good. Let's park this guy away here. There we go. I'll show you the mods I was referring to. Look at this one. I put in, these are Joe Lindbergh's New Hollands that he made or adjusted. So you can get them on Mod Hoster, actually. I was kind of surprised. Didn't realize you could. Why do I have two of them that look exactly the same? Anyways, the big ones that I put in were these ones. 7290, 8370, 8370 with the weight, and I have no idea where I got them from. And I also put in some bigger case tractors as well, all timber tractors. I put in, or I downloaded them, I guess I didn't put them in, but I put in a whole bunch of timbers mods that I picked up. Yeah, he's gonna finish this field and with, oh, those steering axles too? They told us that they're steering axles. That's awesome. Very cool. It looks like it's like he's overlapping a little bit. Yeah, by a long shot. Quite a bit. That's 40 meters. It looks like we're overlapping a little bit here. It may just be because of the shape of the field, I don't know. It must be. Because that's 40 meters, and it should be 40 meters here as well, but I'll have to figure it out. Anyways, that'll be it for me for today, folks. My name's Iain Robson. It's been another episode of Valley East USA. And we're playing Farm Sim as usual. And if you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Catch you guys later.